Welcome. My name is Aksa Nareen. I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for Special Education ELA grades 3 to 5. The lesson focus today is ELA Grade 4, Module 8, Day 4, Into Writing Opinion Essays. The title of today's lesson is Argument Opinion Essays. This lesson will focus on students with disabilities and how to provide necessary supports for those students to be able to successfully complete the task which they are presented with in this lesson. The focus statement: we should all try something new. The lesson objectives: today, students will read a model opinion essay and begin to brainstorm possible topics for their opinion essays. The resource that I will be sharing will be used during the independent work part of the lesson. During the independent work part of the lesson, students are required to brainstorm ideas which they would like to include in their opinion essays. So let's get started. The resource or technology which I will be sharing with you, which you can utilize in this lesson, is called Padlet. A little bit information about Padlet. Padlet is a digital tool that can help teachers and students in class and beyond by offering a single place for a notice board. That's at its most basic. It has a lot of other interactive features that you can utilize. This digital notice board is able to feature images, links, videos, and documents, all collated on a wall that can be made public or private. This means that not only can teachers post on the wall, but so too can students. This makes for learning to be more collaborative and interactive for students, which is especially helpful for our students with disabilities. So let's get started on seeing what Padlet looks like. To be able to access Padlet, you have to go to padlet.com. There you will be prompted to create an account, or you may sign in with a Google account. The easiest and fastest option is to sign through Google because it's a one-step process. Once you do that, you will come to the screen which gives you a dashboard. I want to let you know that Padlet, the basic version, allows you to create up to 3 Padlets for free. Now this is, although it may seem like it is not enough, you are able to delete and create new Padlets, so you will not exceed the maximum number of Padlets allowed. You can always save those Padlets and have them as references for later, and then just keep creating new Padlets. So let's get started with making our Padlet. And remember, our topic is how can we brainstorm opinion ideas for our opinion essays. So to help us brainstorm, we will use this online platform. My first step is to make the Padlet. I will click on this plus make a Padlet link once I have signed up for the account. Then I will be prompted to this screen. It gives me different options of how I want my Padlet to look like. Do I want a wall? Do I want a canvas, a stream, a grid, a shelf, a back channel, a map, or a timeline? Each one allows you to preview the outline of what you want it to look like to see what is best suited for your needs. For today's purpose, I will use the shelf version, which is a stack content in a series of columns. I'm going to click the select sign. Once I do that, it brings me to this screen. On the left side, this panel will show up. It will allow me to create a title for my Padlet. Opinion Essays. Brainstorming ideas. I can add a description if I would like, or I don't have to have anything. This section right here gives you the unique link to your Padlet, which you can copy and paste and share. You can also customize your Padlet by changing the wallpaper, the color scheme, or the font size. I'm fine with this, so we're going to move on. I'm going to click next, and then now I'm ready to start posting. Now, this is the column for your Padlet. As I said, this Padlet allows you to have different columns in which you can add posts. Now, the column titles are necessary because they allow you to organize your Padlet. So I'm going to name my first column Opinion Essay Ideas. I'm going to click Save, and that is the title for my first column. I can add as many columns as I would like. Introduction, body, conclusion. So now I have different columns that I can organize my Padlet on. So to add underneath each column, it's very simple. You just click on this plus sign and it brings this dialog box onto your screen. You can put a title. So I want no school. There should be no more school for students. This is not my personal belief, but this is a topic that a student might choose. So they will write what their title is and a brief description of what their brainstorming idea is. Okay. Once they do that, it will be posted. Now, students can choose to add more posts to this column, but for their post, they can also choose to upload any pictures they would like or any other media they would like. They can link things. They can also Google things and insert them, or they can take pictures and also insert them as well. Now, how do students write on this? How do you go about sharing this? Well, to be able to do this, you will have to scroll over to the the right side of the screen. Click on this share button and it will pop up this menu. Here you can add members to this Padlet, which means that you will have to manually add the email addresses of your students who have a Padlet account. But say our students don't have Padlet accounts, what do we do? Well, all you have to do is copy this link to your clipboard and share that link with your students. So it will be copied for you. You would click paste and you would share that link with your students on whatever platform you communicate with them. You can also choose to get a QR code that you can share with students and they'll be able to scan it and be able to come to this Padlet and be able to interact with it. Now, one thing I would like to mention is the privacies. So for students to be able to write on this Padlet, you have to make sure that you enable the correct settings for visitors. Now, if you go all the way on the bottom, it says visitor permissions right here. You have to make sure that visitors are able to write on this platform. If you click on can read, that means the students will be able to read the Padlet, but they will not be able to write on it. If you click on can edit, that means students will be able to modify and delete the Padlet and invite others to it. Not highly recommended for elementary school students because you do not want students deleting each other's posts. So the best option would be to can write on this Padlet for your elementary students. You can also choose to make the Padlet either private, create a password, keep it secret, have members only be able to interact with it, or make this Padlet public based on what it is that you're trying to achieve. So once that link is shared with students, they will be able to interact with this Padlet and then share their ideas. Students will be able to see what each other are writing, and based on that, they can use those ideas to help generate new thoughts for them. This is a very interactive and collaborative platform. It makes brainstorming much more fun and much more interactive rather than simply creating a thinking map or a thinking web and just writing their ideas. They're able to jot down their ideas on this virtual wall, and students are able to see what everyone is thinking. This is especially helpful for our students with disabilities who may have a little bit of difficulty generating those ideas. They can get help by looking at what their peers are writing. So this was our resource slash technology that was shared today. It was called Padlet. We will use this to help our students brainstorm ideas for their opinion essays. This is especially helpful for our students with disabilities because they're able to utilize an online interactive platform, which will help them because they will have that collaborative aspect in which they will be able to utilize the thoughts and ideas of other students to be able to generate new ideas for themselves. This is Oxa Noreen. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.